Most people think an oil change is simple. Warm up the car, drain it, replace the filter, pour in new oil. Done. But here's the truth. No one tells you. Most oil changes fail to protect your engine, not because the oil is bad, but because you skip the steps that make fresh oil work properly. These 15 steps are the difference between a 100,000-mile engine and a 300,000-mile engine that still runs like new. This is what shops never tell you, and what most mechanics don't even know. Stick around for the final tip. It's the engine longevity cheat code that almost no one has ever heard of. Let's get into it. If you want your engine to last longer than your car payments, hit that like button and subscribe, because today's video is going to save somebody thousands of dollars. 15. Inspect your oil cap and filler neck. Most people never look under the oil cap, but that tiny area tells you everything. Light brown/tan sludge, short trip moisture buildup, black tar-like varnish, high heat breakdown, chunky flakes, severe oxidation. Engine is cooking its oil. Before your oil change, clean the cap. Wipe the filler neck. Check for condensation or gritty deposits. Why it matters. Contamination from the cap drops straight into your fresh oil the moment you refill. Most shops don't wipe anything. This 15-second check prevents instant contamination of brand new synthetic oil. 14. Inspect inside the dipstick tube. If the dipstick tube itself has buildup, that means the whole upper engine is suffering from poor ventilation, short trip moisture, incomplete warm-ups, skipped oil changes, cheap bulk oil. If you see sludge inside the tube, do not immediately dump in new oil. Plan a strategy. Gentle multi-cycle flushes over months. Short intervals, 2,000 to 3,000 miles. Fix PCV system ASAP. This is an early warning that saves engines from catastrophic failure later. 13. Inspect your drain plug and crush washer. A $2 crush washer can save your engine. Shops reuse them constantly because it's faster. Reusing a crush washer causes slow drips, long-term oil loss, low oil pressure, bearing starvation, and if threads are stripped, forcing them out while hot creates aluminum shavings, which can go directly into the pan. Before the oil change, inspect washer. Inspect threads. Have a replacement ready. This is one of the highest shop negligence failure points. 12. Check your oil level a week before. Most people check oil the day of their change. Too late. If you find milky oil, coolant intrusion, gas smell, fuel dilution, low oil consumption, sparkly oil, metal wear, frothy oil, aeration/overfill, you need diagnosis time before the change. Catching this 7 days early gives you a full week to schedule repairs before things get worse. 11. 2 days before. Drive hard for 20 minutes. This is not aggressive driving. This is healthy for your engine. Why? Cold, calm driving lets sludge settle in low-flow areas. A hard 20-minute drive superheats internal moisture, suspends sludge into the oil, dissolves varnish, mixes contaminants so they drain out. You want everything floating in the oil so it exits with the drain. This single step improves contamination removal more than any additive. 10. Add engine flush. The right way. Most people add flush and idle 5 minutes. That's basically useless. The correct method: add flush 100 to 200 miles before. Drive normally. Then do the oil change. This gives detergents time to soften varnish, dissolve cold sludge, free the oil control rings, break down deposits. But warning, if the engine is severely sludged, do not use a powerful flush. Use multiple gentle cycles instead to avoid clogging the pickup screen. 9. Mid-flush filter change. When you flush an engine, the filter fills with sludge fast. Once clogged aero filter goes into bypass aero, unfiltered oil circulates. Basically, you move contamination around without actually removing it. If doing a long flush, e.g. 200 miles, change the oil filter halfway through. This ensures maximum capture of dissolved sludge. This trick alone has restored oil pressure on engines that were close to failure. 8. Clean or replace. Your PCV system. PCV failure is silent but deadly. Oil contamination doubles. Blow-B increases. Moisture accumulates. Combustion byproducts dump into oil. Sludge forms in 1,000 miles. Shake it. If it doesn't rattle, replace it. Also check hoses cracks, soft spots, collapsed sections. A $10 valve determines whether your engine sludges itself or not. 7. Clean your MAF sensor. Fuel ratio affects oil. Dirty MAF, rich mixture, extra fuel, oil dilution. Ruined oil early. Use only MAF cleaner. Never brake cleaner or carb cleaner. After cleaning, reset adaptations. Better throttle, better fuel trims, cleaner burn, cleaner oil. This step dramatically slows oil contamination. 6. Use a fuel system cleaner. 100 miles before. Why before? Because you want the injectors spraying properly before you pour in fresh oil. Cleaner spray, better combustion, less fuel dilution, longer oil life. Add to a full tank, drive it through, then change the oil. 5. Verify thermostat health. Engines running cold destroy oil. A bad thermostat keeps coolant below operating temperature. Oil never thins. Fuel never burns off. Moisture condenses. Acids accumulate. This is the #1 cause of early oil oxidation on high-mileage engines. If your temp gauge stays low, replace thermostat before changing oil. 4. Perform a cooling system pressure test. This sounds unrelated to oil, but coolant is oil's worst enemy. A pressure test can reveal tiny head gasket leaks, internal leaks, cracked housings, failing expansion tanks. Even a slow internal leak will emulsify your new oil in 500 miles. Catching this early can save thousands. 3. Inspect spark plugs. Why spark plugs? Worn plugs, incomplete combustion, fuel dilution, contaminated oil. Even long-life plugs degrade by 60 to 80,000 miles. If the gap is wide or the tip is eroded, your oil is suffering. Check just one plug before your oil change. That's all you need for diagnosis. 2. Take one long, steady highway trip. 45 minutes at operating temperature that evaporates moisture, burns fuel dilution, boils off acids, circulates oil fully, conditions seals. This makes your oil much cleaner when drained. This is different from the earlier hard drive. This is a moisture purge cycle. Engines need this. 1. Never change oil cold. Cold oil is thick, sluggish, and full of settled contamination. Hot oil drains 25 to 40% more sludge, carries suspended contaminants, removes varnish particles, exits faster and cleaner. Cold oil leaves the worst stuff behind. Hot oil removes nearly everything. This one rule decides whether your engine becomes a high-mileage survivor or an early failure case. Final secret tip: the 5-minute hot idle rule. Before draining oil, idle the engine for 5 minutes after full temperature. This moves everything into suspension. You get the cleanest possible drain without risk. This is the hidden trick used by master techs who build high-mileage cars. If this video taught you something new, hit that like button. Comment below which tip you're going to use next. And if you want part 2, where I show the 10 things you must do after an oil change, let me know. Subscribe to keep your car running longer than the manufacturer ever intended. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.